Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Hello everyone and welcome to your English class. In our lesson today, we'll continue with our third unit, which is titled If It Hadn't Happened. Our lesson today is the reading lesson in your books, page 40 and 41. All you need for the lesson today is your books, page 40 and 41, a sheet of paper and a pen to take down your notes. So let's get started. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to read an article. Also, you will be able to answer some questions on the text, and you will be able to recognize some new vocabulary. So you're going to read for specific information. Let's get started with this. What are the most common problems that people write about to advice columns or to help sites on the internet? Usually, for advice columns, people are writing their own problems, things that they suffer from. What are these problems that people usually you read about their problems? Maybe we're having health problems. They are having certain symptoms, they see things on themselves, then they tell to find solutions. Maybe about jobs. How can I find a job? I don't like the job that I am doing. Household repairs, things that need to be fixed. It could be the roof, it could be plumbing and these things. Raising children, when they are having kids or teenagers, how to deal with them. Things related to psychology, how they feel and how can they react to these things. People write about all kinds of problems and you can mention more and more. Who gives the advice in these advice columns? If I'm going to write my problem to someone, who's that person? Are they specialists or they are any kind of people? Usually in advice columns, they're having many people and everyone is specialized for different kinds of problems that they will receive. We're having doctors, psychologists, therapists, experts, we're having teachers as well, and specialists. Depending, they will categorize your problem. It is about psychology, so a psychologist is going to answer you. So it's not anyone. Teachers can't answer health problems, and doctors can't answer things related to raising children. Okay. Do you ever read the advice columns in the newspapers or magazines? How about you? Do you read them? I believe that everyone reads them. They are very interesting, and when you read them, you are educating yourself. You know more about the problems that are happening around us. For me, I like reading them. I feel that they are interesting because I feel like I'm not alone having this problem. What kind of help do they give? Do you know? They give help of all kinds related to health, fitness, things related to technology, how to do this and how to fix that. Any problem that comes to your mind, you can find the solution at the advice columns. Now in your books, page 40 and 41, scan through the text and answer. What is the title for the text? You will find it in big font, page 40. It is actually Mario's advice column. Then, how many letters do we have? We're going to have 2 letters, one on page 40, the other one in page 41. Then what do the pictures show? Picture 40, we're having a picture for a man in here. Looks like he is Mario. And the second picture is a picture for a limo driver. The limo is a long, fancy car, limousine or a limo. Okay, now look at the closing of and predict what the letters may be about. The first letter was signed by the end, a confused friend. Looks like this is a letter to, because the writer is having a problem with whom? With a friend. Confused, I feel like I am confused. I don't know what to do. A problem related to friendship together. The other one, he signed honest but wondering why. To be honest is a good thing. He was an honest person. However, something bad happened in return. So he wondered, why am I an honest person? Let's listen and read, and you will check whether we were right, our guessing were right or not. Okay. We will listen to the first letter and you will come up with the answers for these. What did the writer's friend want to buy? And why did he ask for the money? Then, why was the friend upset? Let's listen.
Dear Mario, I am writing to tell you a story. It's too late for you to tell me what to do now, but maybe you could tell me what I should have done. Your advice might be useful to others in similar situations. My best friend borrowed some money from me when we were out shopping at the mall 2 weeks ago. I was happy to let him have it, as I had saved my allowance over a few weeks and had more than I needed. He wanted to buy a DVD. Then later I loaned him some more money because we decided to eat at a pizza restaurant. The total, including the DVD, came to $25. I don't mind helping out a friend, if I can, so I didn't think much of it. Last week, we were at the mall and I needed to buy some shoes. They were rather expensive and I asked him if he could give me some of the money I had loaned him. He gave me a very funny look, threw a $20 bill at me, and walked away. I was really upset. So, I decided to call him when I got back. He told me that he never wanted to have anything to do with me again. He said I had embarrassed him at the shop and that I shouldn't have asked him for the money in public. He thought I had done it on purpose because I didn't trust him. I am really devastated. I've lost my best friend over $25. What do you think I should have done? Should I have just not said anything? Would that have been the right thing to do? A confused friend.
Okay, so what did the writer's friend want to buy? So he borrowed the money for the first time. At the beginning, he wanted to buy a DVD, then want to eat pizza. So he got the money for two things. The first time it is the DVD, then the second time it is for the pizza. Then, why did the writer ask him for the money? I wanted the money back. Why? Because he wanted to buy some shoes. It was rather expensive, a bit expensive, and I don't have the whole amount. So, can you give me my money back, please? Then, why was his friend upset? He threw the money and he went away. Why? He didn't feel okay for being asked for the money, because he said that the writer had embarrassed him at the shop and that I shouldn't have asked him for the money in public. It is not because he didn't have the money, it is because he felt like he is so embarrassed in front of everyone, the shop assistant and the shoppers, being asked for the money. He didn't want anyone to know that he got some money from his friend. Okay. Here, can you find, in the first story, can you find a word that means a regular sum of money? Usually, everyone is having money regularly, whether from your salary, from your parents, or from anywhere. You are getting it regularly. We call it actually the allowance. Allowance is the money that you get regularly, every week, every month. This is your allowance. And the writer had saved from his allowance. He will spend and the rest he's going to save it until he got the money he gave to his friend. Lend money. When you are lending someone the money, you're not giving it to them. It's not a gift. You are expecting that they are going to pay you back the money. So to lend is to loan. A loan, I will give you the money. However, you are expected to bring it back, give it back to me. just like the idea of borrow. It's not a gift, you will bring it back. What advice would you give the writer? He gave the money to his friend, however his friend felt embarrassed for being asked for the money back. You shouldn't have embarrassed others in public. Also, you have to consider others' feelings when you ask for the money. Also, you shouldn't lend your money that you need it. If you need the money, don't give it to anyone. And if you're going to ask for it soon, don't give your money to the others. You have to consider how they feel. Maybe you don't have a deal between you and the friend, so don't ask until they will give it to you. What moral lesson can we learn from the story? We can learn something from the story, which is a friend in need is a friend indeed. Friends are always there to help each other, whether it is money or any other thing. Always try to help your friends. It's a good idea to help. And he who is quick to borrow is slow to pay. So if you think that whoever is going to take the money so quick is now going to pay that quick. Okay. Then the second story in here, I want you to listen and come up with the answers for these three questions. What things do people leave at the limo usually? Where was the rich man going? And why was the watch important to the rich man? Let's listen.
Dear Mario, I'm a limo driver, and people leave all kinds of things in my limousine: scarves, packages, and even shoes. Last Saturday night I picked up this wealthy man at his hotel and drove him to a prestigious charity awards ceremony. The man must have been a millionaire, judging by the way he was dressed. The next day, when I was cleaning the inside of the car, I noticed something shining. The man's gold and diamond pocket watch must have fallen out of his pocket, and it slipped behind the seat. So I called the hotel where the man was staying, explained what had happened, and arranged to return the watch. The man was extremely grateful. He told me that it was a valuable family heirloom, given to him by his grandfather, and he went on to praise my honesty. Then he opened his wallet, took out a $10 bill, and gave it to me. I refused, but he insisted. $10. Can you believe it? I should have kept the watch. Since then I've been thinking of what I could have done with the money. I could have bought my own limousine or started my own business. Did I do the right thing? Honest but wondering why?
Okay, so what are the things usually people leave at his limousine? When he's trying to clean, every time when he's cleaning, he will find certain things. Usually, people leave scarves, packages, watches, and even shoes. So people, when they are at the limousine, they will forget their stuff. Then, where was the rich man going? He took him from the hotel to a prestigious charity award ceremony. So to a fancy place where people are going to give their money for charity reasons. It was a celebration ceremony. Then, why was the watch important to the man? Was it expensive? That's why it is important to him? Not really, because it is actually a valuable, not expensive, family heirloom given to him by his grandfather. So it is valuable, close to his heart, because it is an heirloom. Heirloom, it belongs to the family. It is inherited through generations from his grandfather to his father to him. So it is inherited through generations. He haven't got it by his money. Now, read the text again, the second letter, and find a valuable object that belongs to the family for several generations. It's not something that is valuable, however, you can't buy it. We mean in here an heirloom. The H is silent. Heirloom. You inherit it from your family. Then express admiration. When someone is expressing their admiration, they are actually praising. He praised my honesty. That was so good, just like the idea of clapping and praising for him. He said good words for him. Okay, what should the rich man have done? If he did something that is wrong, what should he have done? He should have thanked the limo driver better. He said thank you to him, he praised him. However, he only gave him $10. He should have gave him more. Or he should have gave him more money, $10, in return for the valuable, the very expensive golden diamond watch is nothing. He could have saved it or kept it for himself. What moral lesson can we learn from the story? We can learn that you shouldn't expect a payback for your honesty. For the limo driver, he shouldn't have expected anything out of his honesty. We are honest because it is our morals. It is not because he's going to get something back. Also, we should praise and be generous to whoever helps us. When someone is going to give you your money back, to save you, you should be very generous and helpful for them. You could have praise him, say good words to his boss about him. Maybe he would get a raise other than the money. Okay. Now underline the sentences that expresses regret. Both writers in both stories expressed that they felt sorry for what they have done. In the first story, he said, I shouldn't have asked him for the money in public. Also, he said, I should have just not said anything. And he also said, I should have kept the watch and I could have bought my own limousine. So to express regret and you're sorry for something, you can start with should, or we have could. Should, could, or shouldn't and couldn't. Always followed by have. I shouldn't have done that. I should have or I could have done that. Then we will have asked, said, kept, and bought, the past participle tense of the verb. You feel sorry for doing something. I shouldn't have done that. You wanted to go back and do something. I should have done it. Okay. For a fun fact, we can tell that advice columns are published in many newspapers all around the world. However, the most widely well-known columnists are twin sisters. Their names are Anne Landerns and her twin sister. They are identical twins, Abigail Van Berden, whose column was Dear Abby must have spent a lot of time together sharing advice. So they were two twin sisters. They're having one advice column and everyone is going to send them for their advice. Okay. Which one of these 6 words means to say that you admire? Is it praise, devastated, loan, give a funny look, grateful, or allowance? When you saying something that I admire you, I like what you've done, it means to praise. That was a good job, you did a good job. Which one means to show displeasure? When you show that you didn't like this thing. When you are actually give a funny look. He gave me a funny look, then threw the money. He didn't like it, so he showed that he is not happy about what I have asked him for. We said, he gave me a very funny look, threw a $20 bill at me, and walked away. Then which word means emotionally shattered? You are feeling down. You are devastated. When you are devastated, you don't feel happy at all. You are frustrated. I am really devastated. I don't feel okay. I have lost my friend over $25. So the friend was so devastated, so down. Then thankful, to be actually grateful. We have said the man was extremely grateful and thankful. He told me that it was a valuable heirloom. Then, which one is the money lent to someone? It is actually the money that I will give to someone. This is actually the loan. The loan, the noun from loan. So, then later, I loaned him some more money because we decided to eat at a pizza restaurant. Then, a sum of money that is paid regularly to a person. You get it regularly every month, every week, or every year. We call it the allowance. He said, I was happy to let him have it as I had saved my allowance over a few weeks and had more than I needed. So saving from the money I get every month. Let's try to use them. Allowance, grateful, devastated, and praised. My father did what me because I could save from so he praised me because I could save from what? The money from my allowance. And I was very grateful for his kind words. You can never be devastated if someone is going to praise you, to tell you good words. You will feel like grateful, thankful for his kind words. Let's answer these questions in your books, page 41. Page 41. What happened at the malls 2 weeks ago? The first story. The letter writer gave some money to his friend. He was expecting the money back. Then, what does the letter writer wish he hadn't done? He regretted doing. The letter writer wishes that he hadn't asked for the money in public. I wish that I hadn't asked him for the money in public and embarrassed him. What did the limo driver find when he was cleaning the car? The driver found a passenger's diamond pocket watch. It was a valuable, expensive one. Number 4. What did he do when he found it? Did he keep it for himself? The driver returned the watch to the passenger. He was an honest man. What does the limo driver think he should have done? He felt sorry for doing. He thinks that he should have sold the watch and bought his own limousine or started his own business. He regretted being an honest person. I shouldn't have returned the watch. Okay. How about the discussion in your books, page 40? What should the writer's friend have done? Let's put ourselves in the place for the friend, not the writer, his friend. Letter number 1. For me, I will tell me you shouldn't have taken any money from others, and you should have returned the money as soon as you could. And you shouldn't have blamed others if they are going to ask for their money back. How about the limo passenger? What should he have done? He only gave $10. He should have said better words to him. He should have praised him for his boss, or he should have gave him more money. $10 is nothing in exchange to the valuable watch heirloom. Discuss the most common problems that people write about advice columns to help site or the internet. You can go through the internet or the nearest magazine, check the advice column and what are the problems. Health, fitness, things related to maybe education, raising children, things related to technology as well. I got this, is it under warranty or not? All kind of problems. Tell what do you think the most common. Then discuss whether advice from advice columns are really helpful. Do you think they are helpful? I believe that they are helpful. Sometimes they will tackle an important problem that you suffer from. And other times, I don't find them very helpful. I feel that they are discussing problems that are not related to me. It depends on you. For your homework, check exercise J in your books, page 105. So page 105 in your books, page exercise J in your books, page 105. Look at the picture, try to describe it in words, then sentences. Okay? I guess that is it for the lesson today, and thank you so much for your time.